All right, kitty, you stay there and guard right next to the door, okay? Just like that. It's a good kitty. All right, Saturday, September 20th, 2025. Welcome to the Please Subscribe Show. This is your host, Cole Spivey, the YouTube channel, Cole Spivey. And there is Critter. He's a mirrored critter. It's from the mirrored critter species. He likes to live, laugh, smell good. And this is a portion where you watch me pick up food at restaurants in the area, and sometimes the outer area, and drop it off at your doorstep. All right, 97 degrees inside the car. Just went up to, well, it went up to 90, well, it went down to 96, so it's probably like 95 degrees outside. I'll check WeatherBug later. I'm just guessing 95. All right, here we go. It's going to be a lot of logistic calling, like mileage, things like that, because I have to keep everything stable down here. So it's easier for me just to kind of call it out for now, rather than pay the guy like 50 bucks to get extra. No, I'm just joking. It's easier to just call it out than it is to show everything right now until we're probably going to get another cord here pretty soon. See if that works better. All right, here we go. There is the butterfly. All right, got a good Chick-fil-A, 1.5 miles, will arrive at 5:16 p.m. All right, Chick-fil-A on its way, 5:37 arrival, 11 minutes, 3 miles for the delivery. Right, got one at Wingstop and then later 7-Eleven. 5:44 arrival, 3 minutes, 1.2 miles. Yep, I need a haircut. Right, next 7-Eleven, 0.84, 5:56 p.m. One Heinz tomato ketchup bottle. All right, Wingstop and 7-Eleven ketchup bottle on its way. 6:04 arrival, 3 minutes, 0.7 miles. So we got his ketchup and Wingstop. I guess this is their corner point where they meet. Got one at Mellow Mushroom, 1.4 miles, 6:14 arrival. Next side of Mellow Mushroom. I've got another guy on a bicycle. It's a mellow bicycle man. Have tons of gluten-free products here, like gluten-free snacks and pizza. Mushroom on its way, 6:21 arrival, 1 minute, 0.5 miles for the delivery. Here she blows. All right, right, Mellow Mushroom, another one. 0.3 miles. We'll be there at 6:26 p.m. For the pickup. Go get that pickup and drive it. And there goes a snag. You're gonna see him around Bluebonnet Circle like crazy. And there is Mellow Mushroom from the backside. You're going to Arlington too for UTA. This is TCU's. They got a super pepperoni and a Caesar. All right, Mellow Mushroom on its way. 6:46 arrival, 11 minutes, 4.9 miles for the delivery. How you doing, King David? King David. Yeah, he's kind of in a zone right now. From here, you can kind of see it right there for elevators. Oh, there they are. Yeah, let's get some cardio. Here we go. Most likely, it'll probably be the elevator. Oh, I'm not a tent. Looks like we got one at the Big Yummy Grill House Bar. Get the logistics in just a minute. Whew. Big Yummy pickup, 7:01 arrival, 3 minutes, 0.6 miles on our way for the pickup. What that pickup truck? You ain't gonna drive my pickup truck? What would I do if I didn't have my pickup truck? Should've. This is Broadway Baptist Church. My unique drama teacher used to go there with his friend. But it's a really big church. It has a huge atrium and very high ceilings. It is Baptist. It's a Baptist church. Right there. Right next to downtown. Broadway Baptist Church. Right off West Broadway. Man, that sunlight's right at the right beam. right at the right angle. Literally, almost. Here it comes again. Yummy Grill coming up to your doorstep. West, your new obsession is in season 47 on sale. The Education, first Tuesday. Ride the cyclone, all is calm and where we stand. My friend Dana Schultz is part of the artistic directors, or used to be one of the artistic directors. She may still be. So I can sit right here. Go around this other side right here. Sports, yeah, that's probably it. Maybe it's a virtual bar. Morton's Tavern. Yeah, there might be something over there. Let me see if it's a virtual. All right, I think it's over here. Yep, this is it. That's Morton's Tavern. Yeah, there it is. Big Yummy Grill House and Bar. Yummy Grill looks like a new one. Now, all new restaurants, they only have a 20% chance of success, that's what they say, but that's just what they say on demographics. Looks like a really nice place, though. All right, Yummy Bar and Grill on its way, 7:21 arrival, 12 minutes, 8.9 miles for the delivery. All right, St. Paul Lutheran, not as I will, but as you will, Matthew 26:39. Kind of a let go, let God statement. right, just snagged a Jack in the Box, ready for the pickup. 7:37, 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 0.7 miles for the pickup. You ain't gonna have my pickup. What would I do without my pickup? Why would you be driving my pickup in my pickup? All right, Jack in a Box on its way. 7:45 arrival, 3 minutes, 1.2 miles for the delivery. All right, got a Chipotle on Hewlin. 7:59, 7 minutes, 2.8 miles for the pickup. You don't get my pickup? Well, if I'm not around and you drive my pickup, how am I going to be driving my pickup? Pickup? Who would take my pickup? You ain't get my pickup? Right, Chipotle on the way. 8:11 arrival, 6 minutes, 2.2 miles for the delivery. All right, Dave's Hot Chicken on the pickup, 8:19, 2 minutes, 0.5 miles. Dave's Hot Chicken, they're from California. If you ain't busy living, be frying. And well-decorated bathroom. For the decorations, I've got a thumbs up on the bathroom. I wonder if that's the same color that Travis put in for Gunsmoke before Gunsmoke had to leave. It could be. Could be the original Gunsmoke bathrooms. Hey Trav, how you doing? All right, this Dave's Hot Chicken is on its way. 8:47 arrival, 20 minutes, 13 miles. Long ways for hot chicken for the delivery. This chicken's going 11 miles in this direction. Arts design, Wyatt C. Hendrick, something like that. Bose is Renaissance, neoclassicism, or French neoclassicism, and Baroque, all mixed together. Alrighty, looks like we got a Jack in a Box. Comes out of the box. 9/11 arrival, 3 minutes, 1.4 miles. For the pickup. Hit my pickup. On our way with Jack in a Box, 9:19 arrival, 2 minutes, 0.5 miles for the delivery.
91.
Is that one? So west, yeah, it's the west building. This is the one with the kind of cool pool. Well, it's an odd-shaped pool. It's the second floor. Looks like another deliverer. Shadow moment, filmmaking, kind of cool. Vlogger descending the stairs. I don't know, I just thought it was kind of cool. All right, got a Papa John's. 9:38 arrival, 6 minutes, 2 miles. Southwest 7th. Guy, originally I think he was from Oklahoma, and then he went to Austin and then Houston, and I got a hold of a 16 millimeter. That says Fort Worth, so we know we're there. Yeah, I got a hold of a 16 millimeter, and he started filming himself doing things like folding laundry, getting on a bus, working an ATM machine. Sorry, I got interrupted by my alarm. Going to Papa John's. Yeah, so he originally was from Oklahoma, I think, and then he lived in Austin, and then he lived in Houston. He did get a hold of a 16 millimeter camera. He started filming himself, like on a bus, or folding clothes at a laundromat, or like using an ATM. You know, just think like looking at a mountain. You know, he was on the road, and then he would take the 16 millimeter footage and he'd mail it, and he even filmed himself mailing the footage. And it turned out to be a documentary that made my top 11 film. There's Myth and Marble. That's not the name of the documentary, but it's going on right now at Kimball. Sorry, mixing. I do a lot of mixing. Okay, going back to the guy. And yeah, he named the documentary, "You Cannot Learn to Plow by Reading Books." And it made my top 11 all-time films. And I got a lot of films. Like, I have not been watching Criterion Collection lately, but I did. Okay, no, that's not true. Last night I did try to watch Robert Altman's Brewster McCloud with Bud Cort, and it got me in a funky mood, so I had to turn it off for a moment. But it's not that it's bad. It's not bad. It's just I wasn't in the mood for that type of 70s. Going back to Richard Linklater. Yeah, his name was Richard Linklater, not Robert Altman. Sorry. See, I mix things, because I'm talking about my life and then something else. But yeah, so the guy that was mailing the 16 millimeters and stuff like that to himself, his name is actually Richard Linklater, or Richard Linklater, and he did it all in Austin. And in the actual documentary, you cannot learn to plow by reading books. Oh, sorry, it's impossible. Right, it's impossible to learn to plow by reading books. Now we got it right. It's impossible to learn to plow by reading books. That's what he's saying. It's impossible. You have to actually do it. You can read about it all you want, but if you really want to plow, you're not going to learn about doing it through reading books. Oh, yeah. He ran into another famous guy when he made It's Impossible to Learn to Plow by Reading Books. A guy named Daniel Johnston, who turned out to be a folk hero. I'm trying this right here. Sorry about that. There's some construction. I'm trying to find Papa John's. I actually think I was supposed to go that way. Daniel Johnston was in it towards the end. I think he's in one of the last segments. That's pretty classic. So he turned out to be Richard Linklater, and it turned out to really work for him. So he had to pay for it along the ride. It wasn't free. He probably had to get odd jobs to mail it out with the money for development. And that's pretty crazy. But he did it. And then he was able to show that at festivals. He was able to show it at festivals. Now, recently, he's made one about the French New Wave movement and Jean-Luc Godard. By the way, the towing company, the T&C company, they're on Godard Street. It does say Godard Road on this, but it's actually Godard Street. Don't know why. This isn't complete. This is a Korean-made map thing. They put road on there. But anyway, that's what he did. But he did it basically off of the UT Austin campus. I've been there. I went to theater school there. Well, I went to theater summer camp there in 92, going into 93 maybe, or was it 93? Yeah, it would have been 92, summer of 92. That's when I was there. He was probably there too. He was already something. I got in the paper 2 times for being a hard worker in the scene room, or the scenic, doing scene design and stuff. I was in a few of the plays, but I was one of their hard workers for putting up the sets and getting it all ready and painting and things like that in the scene shop. They got me in the paper, the Austin paper, twice. So I'm in there. There's photos of me. They did a mock interview with a video camera that was turned off about it to make me feel good. I think I get this pizza. They knew I was probably going to be in the cinema. All right, looks like the Papa John's on its way. 9:50 arrival, 3 minutes, 0.6 miles for the delivery. I was able to get a hold of them. Crockett and Norwood is where we're going to do the drop. That way I can keep an eye on everything. This is a pretty good area, though. It's not too bad. It's called the Crockett area. Is a revel. I try not to say things like, smoking hot chicks and stuff like that because of Linda, and Linda is too. There's, plenty of photos of her that when she was, and she still is smoking hot. But when I was dropping off that pizza, you know, 2 of them, you know, and you know, it's like I try to kind of like avoid that, you know, because there's no contract signed, things like that. But they had enough perfume on to almost make me pass out. Here's the mural again. It was a tremendous amount of perfume, and it's like, I know where they're going. They're going to this area, you know, the Lancaster and Trail Drive. Whoops, hang on. No, that's just a YouTube thing. Trail Drive and Curry Street. Oh, I should have probably went straight. Oh well. It used to be a Jesus thing right here. They just changed it to Find Hope here. But anyway, they're just passing by. TCU probably connections or something. Fort Worth connections. That area is like a lot of bars and stuff and a lot of craziness. There's Casa. I haven't really advertised it. West Side Story's coming up in November. You can see the dome right here, really nice, or nicely. And then there's the, I don't know that June R. Jones or whatever. I don't know anything about that. West Side Story's always cool. You know, when you're a jet all the way to your first cigarette, to your last dying day. When you're a jet, you're a family man. Anyway, it's coming in November. If you like the Jets and the Sharks. West Side Story. I think a guy named Bradley knows about him. And of course, Bradley Cooper. Right? Good old peer Bradley Cooper knows about him. What's his name? Bernstein, right. I think Bernstein was behind some of the West Side Story stuff. He didn't know all about it. Because he did the whole conductor thing. Then after he, you know, mailed off the 16mm footage, that became, it's impossible to learn to plow by reading books. He would probably receive the developed film at a return address, which was most likely his house or apartment or office or something. And then I would think, probably watched the footage like they were dailies, which they were. And then, like some strange serial killer, he would slice it up by himself and put it together. I could just see him doing it by himself. And he became probably one of our most iconic filmmakers. Linklater. He could definitely be on Dexter, but he's kind of kooky, kind of eccentric. I saw an interview with him and Ethan Hawke, who are very close. That's Van Leeuwen ice cream. Well, Ethan Hawke's full of charisma, but Linklater has got a kooky kind of, he kind of smiles, and it's a little sinister jester kind of quality that belongs in the new wave movement, kind of not trying to be funny, but yet he has to smile. He's also friends with people like Jack Black, and probably Jack White too, but probably a lot of famous people. But you know, this is kind of creepy too, you know, I mean, come on, this thing right here. I can't really see it. Can I get the light to kind of, yeah. All right, Papa John's again on West 7th, 10:29 arrival, 8 minutes, about 2.1 miles from here, on our way. Eric Cavante thought about opening a pizza truck. So it's like a mobile pizza truck. So it was a good idea. Good money in pizza. All right, looks like we've got a Papa John's delivery, 10:47 arrival, 9 minutes, 3.2 miles. On our way to TCU, Waits Hall. You guessed it, McDonald's. We're on our way. It's like 0.3 miles. We'll be there 10:53. It's like a 3-minute thing. Founded in 1873, 52 years ago. 52 years ago. They got their sprinklers on. This is where the frogs leap across the road right here. Some kind of system they've got worked out, I don't know. This is the TCU McDonald's right on the corner of Berry. Also Bel Air and Rogers.
Hi, will you be home at 11 tonight?
Actually, we're on our way with McDonald's delivery. 11:03 arrival, 2 minutes, 0.4 miles on our way. Ultimately, I think you are what you do. That's the philosophy. I mean, there's a lot of things that I want to do, but the time is your friend and foe in a way. When it comes to, I guess you want to call it art, vlogging, which I also call flogging. Back in the day, they whipped themselves. Is immediate. It's immediate form of just pure expression of just a mouthpiece of what you might want to say or show. And there's all different types that do it. You have Casey Neistat, who flies under helicopters and snowboards in New York City when the snow's there. Hopefully he won't try it when there's no snow. But you know, those are like almost borderline stuntmen. And you don't see him as much. He's not a strict daily vlogger anymore than we used to be, like the Woo and things like that. And the thing about Adam is that the haunted houses in Florida and other places, they know him by name. He's famous. And also in California, when he goes out there, the haunted houses and, you know, Disney or wherever he's at, Universal, they'll walk right up to him and say the Woo, you know. So they become celebrity, and it was only this device they was holding coming out of Guttermouth, which he could have taken a path of the pure bass player, like Flea, for example. And Flea vlogs a little bit, and I watch some of Flea's stuff, but Flea's a bass player. Flea's a musician. I'm talking about Flea from the Red Hot Chili Peppers. He's done a few vlogs, and they're cool. Everybody can do it. And everybody can play the bass, too, but not like Flea. Flea sleeps by his bass, and he knows the bass like he knows his own hands. And he's an amazing musician and probably one of our best. He's also a good actor too. So really, you know, I mean, would Cormac McCarthy pick up a phone and put down one of his books? Maybe not, you know, maybe not. But we're all kind of Renaissance people, you know. I've played a little bass. I do like the guitar I did play today. I got to play today. I had to. There's times when I have to. Those people are listening. but because you just maybe have to start watercoloring for some reason, or maybe you have to start playing the guitar. But and I sleep near it, and I would never go out without trying to create a song that I could listen to and try to memorize while I was out dropping off food at the doorsteps, you know. But those days have changed. Those were the Mansions at Sunset Ridge days. I'm about to eat a Burger King burger. If I get there, I've got a few more time, and then I got to do a few more afterwards. Linda wanted me to go get a Burger King, so she's not with me right now. So this one's dedicated to Linda. And I just wanted to philosophize. I like to philosophize. I walked around this Raising Cane's like 6 times the other day. That's a Raising Cane's. This is the Burger King. I think you can order it, and then you can go through the drive-thru. Yeah, which is what I'm probably gonna do. It's basically you spend $1 and you get a free Whopper. So it's free Whopper day. It was National Cheeseburger Day the other day, just to let you know. Oh, the double Whopper. Nicer. Hello. Yeah, it's an online purchase. It should be order 97.
Order 97?
Yeah.
All
right, thanks. It's basically just standard Whopper with cheesy tots, which I've never had. I have to ask for some ketchup. Or I'm gonna see what kind of condiments they have. Hey, what kind of condiments do you guys have?
Honey mustard, sweet and sour, buffalo.
Because it has the
barbecue and ranch.
Oh, you have a ranch. It has the what are they called, cheesy tots?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can I get some ranch, and what was the other one? You had ranch. The first.
Honey mustard, buffalo, sweet and sour.
Can I get one thing of honey mustard and one thing of ranch? Yeah, and some ketchup too. Thanks, appreciate it. Yes, sir. Thank you so much. And thanks. Appreciate it.
Have a good night.
Yeah, you too. I'm going to guess this one right here. Let's see if I'm right. Not that good. Oh, no, I didn't get it. Okay. Tough. It's a tough angle. Let's see. No. Let me try it. I'm gonna try this. This is how I do stuff. I'm gonna try this. Let's see this one. Right here. Yep, there we go. Pretty close. Voila. It does take some tries. All right, so that would be Linda. An idea. Okay. All right. She's got an idea. Anyway, I got the Hidden Valley Ranch. So they have Hidden Valley Ranch. Sorry, I have to wear homemade bifocals. It's Hidden Valley Ranch for these things. So this was my purchase. It's these little, they're like jalapeno. Man, that'd be kind of messy. I think I'm gonna use ketchup. The other condiment I got was, I got the ranch for sure, and the honey mustard. I got the honey mustard, Burger King honey mustard. So this is their Burger King ketchup. I'm gonna try the cheesy tot. It's kind of warm and welcoming. And then this is the size of the burger that you get for free. About right here. It's not much of a feast, but better than nothing. I gotta get started again. So it just says cheeseburger on it. So it's a Burger King cheeseburger. That's what it looks like. It's got the cheese and a pickle. They put one pickle on there, and that's okay. Actually, there's another pickle on the other side. They put ketchup and mustard. I'll probably, I don't know. It'd be pretty messy if I added the ranch, wouldn't it? I'll probably use the ranch for the rest of the cheesy tots. Salud. I'm getting a phone call right when I took the bite. Let's see if you can hear. Yeah, it was Linda. Still working on the Burger King. I'm gonna try this Hidden Valley Ranch. That's what they give it out at Burger King now. I guess this is kind of a cheat day on my diet. And this is the cheesy tot. It is cheesy. And it's very hot. They keep well contained in the heat. This is actually pretty good right here. Everybody got, sorry, I'm talking with my mouth. Sorry, I was talking with my mouth. Everybody got to go to the Poltergeist house recently. Or a few of the major vloggers like Sean and the Woo and Justin Scard and all this stuff. All different point of views. There's all these different point of views of the same area. That stuff's brilliant. I'm sorry. It deserves recognition. They all went in the Poltergeist house and ate chicken and played with meat. And the chairs. They played with chairs. Stacking chairs. I gotta get back. Sorry. Wait. Yeah, it's a rhythm thing. I've got to get back on the road, so if you have... Alright. Got it for $2.59. It was $2.69. You can see right here, it says $2.69. Put it in Yep, it's second take. All right. Got one at McDonald's, mile away. Not smile, but mile. 12 a.m. is arrival time. It's like 0.5 miles. Sorry about that. It's the McDonald's is a midnight arrival, 5 minutes, it's 1 mile for arrival. Right, McDonald's headed to Hayes Hall, 12:27, 9 minutes, 3.6 miles. TCU area. Alright, so I said the emergency blue emergency beacon, what I called it. I'll turn my, he wants me to find his hall, which makes sense, but I kind of have to watch over everything since the towing incident. So I told him where I would be at, basically. So I'm gonna hold it down right here. So someone else came up. Oh, all right. So someone else came up looking for cookies. This was like a, I don't know, chicken McNugget thing. And then the other guy comes up behind and it's like, oh yeah, it's mine, you know. So he was picking it up for his friend. So obviously the first guy that thought it was cookies, and it wasn't McDonald's cookies, but he was looking for McDonald's cookies. It's like, no, it's not McDonald's cookies. Mine was like, my drop off was, I think it was like McNuggets and French fries or something. And the other guy came up behind and was like, oh, okay, that one's mine, kind of thing. Already figured it out. He was trying to make a phone call to verify if it was cookies or something else. Then the other guy, you know, you already knew it was him, so it was kind of weird. Oops. Copyright hit, can't monetize. Oh, I hate that. You got the funk. We got the funk. Yeah, you got the funk. You got the funk. Yeah, you got the funk. You got the funk. They're like, sell. You know, Uber Eats for here, right here. There's a lot of people in Taco Bell right now. It's not far from TCU. They're talking about their dorms and things they have to go through when they're living in their dorms, and then kind of stuffing Taco Bell in their mouth and laughing, enjoying life. Everyone else looks like they're on Wall Street trying to buy Taco Bell. It's pretty crazy right now. They're like, yeah, bean burritos, sell. It's kind of like an Uber and Favor. There's the cuss word that I have to do. I don't think it'll come out though. A lot of females go by them. First thing they'll say on your vlog is the F word. I don't know why it's so popular nowadays. But they won't really hear it that well. You can barely hear me now, right? All right, Taco Bell, first one going out. There's two of them. The first one will land 108 arrival, 4 minutes, 0.9 miles for the delivery. All right, second Taco Bell, last one for tonight. 114 arrival, 2 minutes, 1.2 miles for the delivery. Got a windshield wiper right here. The other side right here. There's Kitty. Your friend's out there.